Yo, what is up guys, my name is Hakiii, and in this video we're gonna go over the best solo ways you can make money in GTA Online. This is gonna be a more complete type of guide I got for you guys. I'm gonna show you several different good ways you can make money, and your job is to do the ones that you think are best or the ones you actually can do, because some of these actually do require some businesses. But for people on next gen, you're in luck because you do start with a $4 million spending spree, so you choose whichever business you want and a vehicle and stuff like that. So you already get a big boost if you're starting off on next gen. This isn't even specifically targeted towards beginners. This is for absolutely any type of solo player. So let's get straight into it, starting with the VIP work. Absolutely anybody could do this. All you want to do is go in the interaction menu, go into register as a boss, and then I'm gonna register as a CEO, although you could just register as a VIP if you don't have a CEO office. Then we're gonna go back into this menu. We're gonna go into VIP work, of course, and then we're gonna do either Sightseer, Hostile Takeover, and Headhunter. Those three are, in my opinion, the best ones. I'm gonna do Headhunter as an example for this video, and a fast vehicle is gonna really help you out. It doesn't have to be an oppressor, but that would probably be best. A super or sports car will definitely do the job, or just any fast vehicle that you like driving around. Now we have a couple different targets we have to go and take out. Luckily, we have homing missiles with the oppressor, so this is gonna make it extremely easy. They do have a relatively armored vehicle that they're in, but I mean, we just need to fire a few rockets and that's gonna fully blow them up. Another one is really close by here. It's gonna be inside of here, it looks like, and that is the target right there. There you go. Okay, that's another target down. We only have 2 remaining. Can we finish this within like 2 minutes? There is another target right there. Looks like he's in another armored vehicle. So we just have to fire a few more rockets. That's another one down. Now we have 1 to go. And these VIP work missions pay about $20,000 to $30,000, which, I mean, it's pretty solid for the amount of time that we're actually spending on it. And it's not a lot of effort anyway. Why is it not locking on to the target? There you go. So we got just over $20,000 for completing that really quick mission. It only took us about 2 minutes to complete. And your payout is going to be about $25,000 roughly, which for 2 minutes is very good once again. So let's head into the next money method. We're gonna have a hybrid of both short-term and long-term money methods in this video. I do recommend doing both of them. It is a good little balance you can have while playing. For the next one, you will need to have an agency. If you don't have an agency, it is definitely a very good property, one of the best properties for making money in this game. So the agency business is a good part of this video. So what we're gonna do, once you have an agency, you're gonna get Franklin as a contact on your phone. We're going to call him up through the contact list, and then we're going to press on the second option, which is requesting a payphone hit. After you press this, we're going to wait a few seconds, and after a few seconds we should get a blue telephone icon appearing on the map for us. It should be somewhere near us. I do recommend you're in the city for this one. And as you can see, this one's very close. Once it appears, we're going to go up to it and press right on the D-pad to answer the payphone. And then we're going to need to take out a certain target. And there is a very important bonus that's going to make this much more worth it to complete. Without the bonus, we're not going to be making nearly as much money. So just make sure you actually do the assassination bonus, which is gonna appear soon. There you go. Pick up the target in a taxi and drown them by submerging the vehicle in the water. I know exactly how to do this. So we're gonna get a taxi kind of next to the casino. This is where the taxi work is located. This is the place to find a taxi, which we do need for this mission. It tells us to go here on the map anyway, but we knew it ahead of time. It is randomized which mission you get out of all the payphone hits that you can do in the game. Now that we're next to the target, we're gonna honk our horn. That's how he knows he's gonna get in our vehicle. And now we need to drive to a body of water. Now you can either go to the ocean and do this, but I think the closest spot would probably be here next to the helipad. And what we're gonna do, we're just gonna drive the vehicle into a body of water. We're gonna wait till he drowns, and that is basically going to be the mission done. It's pretty straightforward, so all we're gonna do now is just drive into the water like this. He does not suspect a thing. Then we're gonna jump off. We're gonna wait for the passenger to just stay in the water like that. And boom, just like that, $85,000 payment in 3.5 minutes. That's definitely another solid payment for a pretty little amount of time, I have to say. With that assassination bonus, we got an extra $70,000, so it's definitely very worth it to do the assassination bonuses. Another really good mission right there. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to require a bunker. So if you don't have a bunker, the best location for it would probably be the farmhouse one, which is right here, but you can get one of the cheaper ones depending on how much money you have. And by the way, we've been doing everything so far in invite only sessions, so you don't even need to worry about anyone else interfering with you. Not only are we doing these solo, but no one is blowing us up with an oppressor. Now inside of the bunker at the entrance, once every in-game day, you're going to be able to deliver these ammunition trucks, which is a very good payout for very little effort. All we're going to do with this one is go up to the truck, press right on the D-pad to start a delivery mission, and then we're just going to get a certain drop off on the map. Sometimes it's actually very close and sometimes it's a little bit farther. It is a randomized drop off, and let's see if we got lucky. Well, it's definitely not the closest, but I'll see you guys once I get there. It should only take a couple minutes to reach. We might get some NPCs starting to chase us soon, but it's all good because we can easily take them out. And with these missions, we're gonna get a set payout of $50,000. No more than that, no less than that. So that's a pretty good payout, I have to say, considering we literally just deliver some ammunition in a truck. Unfortunately, this truck isn't too fast at all. It's actually pretty slow. I don't know why, but there's no NPCs spawning to start shooting us, which is kind of surprising because sometimes they do actually spawn in. There is the yellow circle right next to that truck, unless I missed this turn. We're gonna drive it in there, and that is going to be a $50,000 payment. There you go, $50,000. Contract is complete. The weapon parts were delivered. Awesome. Let's move on to the next one now. That's gonna be the HSW time trial. If you're not on next gen, the regular time trial. Now that we have this, let's go in the circle, press right D-pad. Let's see where we have to go. So the destination is going to be all the way up here, and we have a minute 47 seconds to do this. So let's pull up our phone now that we know where it is and quit the mission. And this route actually seems pretty solid. I don't think there's many shortcuts that we could take here. We're gonna start at the very edge of the circle, press right D-pad, and sorry bro, no time to take a picture of this car because we have to freaking go. The thing with the Cyclone 2, it's got very good acceleration, like crazy good. Its control is not the best, and we do have to go in the other side of the road. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, we absolutely crushed this one. Let's freaking go. So with about 6 seconds to spare, we made over $250,000. The next one is gonna be not as quick of a money method, but it is gonna pay out pretty well. We're gonna need the agency business for this one, so let me set the spawn location to my agency, go into another invite only session. This is yet another solo one. You can do this next method with a friend, but you don't have to. You can do it completely solo if you want to. So another money method tied to the agency is the security contract. So we're gonna go inside of this computer, we're gonna go into this tab, and then there's 3 different levels. There is professional, specialist, and then specialist plus. Specialist plus is the hardest, professional, as you can see, is the easiest, and it pays less. Depending on the weekly update, when these have double money bonus on them, definitely do them. They are probably like one of the best methods you can do when they have a bonus, and even without the bonus, it's still a pretty good method. I'm gonna do the specialist one, which is gonna pay us $54,000. It's not the easiest doing it solo, but you can of course do it solo. As you can see on the bottom left, I got lifetime earnings of $3.3 million from security contracts, which is awesome. I don't grind these as much as I should. I could play them much more, but I just don't. So let's start this mission. Then we're gonna get a randomized security contract, and if you do want to do this with friends, you just need to be, I believe, in the same CEO or the same motorcycle club, and then you guys will actually get this mission together. You can do it solo of course, which is awesome. Friends just make it a little bit easier, but since this is a best solo money methods, we're gonna do it solo. And with the almighty oppressor, we shouldn't have too many problems since we have homing missiles, and this is probably the best vehicle in the game, even though it costs like 8 million bucks now. Looks like we have loads of different enemies we need to lock onto. We have to find and eliminate different enforcers. So these are specific targets we need to take out. Some of these are just regular enemies, but we actually have certain targets that we need to get. That is one enforcer, so there's 3 left, a total of 4, and that is the final enforcer down. So that was pretty easy. Now we just leave the area, and that's another $54,000 in our bank account. Let's move on to the next money method, which is going to require our auto shop. So if you don't have an auto shop, it's also going to give us a pretty similar payout, and it's also relatively quick. We're going to get into the more long-term money methods later on. If you guys are looking for those ones, they're going to pay more, but they do take a lot longer to do. And to finish with the security contracts, the absolute minimum payout you're going to get from the absolute easiest level is going to be about $30-something thousand, and then the maximum is going to be about $80,000 for the most difficult one. Overall though, it's a pretty good money method, and it does speed up the wall safe inside of the agency a little bit more. So as you play GTA Online, you're going to generate a relatively small amount of money from that wall safe, which you can then go and collect inside of your agency. Now that we're done with that, let's go in our auto shop, and the next one is going to be the vehicle or customer vehicle deliveries, I should say. So after a certain cooldown, you guys will see a vehicle spawn right in this spot inside of your auto shop, and these are customers' vehicles that we need to modify, and they're going to give us certain directions for what customization they want us to put on the vehicle. So all we need to do is go up to it, press right D-pad to modify it, and after we customize it, we're going to deliver it to the customer for a certain payout. Let's see how much money we can actually make from this. Let's go ahead and service it. As you can see, he wants a certain paint job, and then he's going to want a certain suspension and all that type of stuff. And then we confirm the modifications. We are going to need to spend $35,000, but obviously we're going to get more money at the end than we spent after we drop this vehicle off at the destination, which isn't too far away. It's just a little road trip on the left side of the map, but it shouldn't take over a few minutes to get there. This guy is weird. He put off-road wheels on the Serrano. What type of customer is this? I don't want this customer anymore. Just weird, to be honest, to put these wheels on this car. Why would you put off-road wheels on a freaking sports car? On the bottom right, we do have a certain payment, and I believe we want to crash this vehicle as little as possible. So I did crash right there, which is not good, because if you keep on crashing it, then your payment is just gonna go down and down. I totally forgot about this, and I just drove regularly, so honestly I'm not gonna get the maximum payment, unfortunately, but we should still get a decent amount of money. Let's drive into the yellow circle and deliver it to this guy's house. We're gonna give him the keys in this cutscene, or her, sorry. I mean, it's 2023, you never know these days. Oh no, she's mad because I crashed her car. I'm sorry, customer. And then we are going to get almost $60,000. We got 1,500 bucks for the damages, but overall 60k. We did spend 35k at the start, so we did get a profit of about 25,000, but overall another decent money method. Let's move on to another one. Now this one is going to be the absolute best passive money maker in the whole game. It is so freaking good. All you basically do is just play the game, and like that you generate money just as you play. It's a little more in-depth than that, but I'll show you guys exactly what you need to do. This one requires the nightclub, which is the best businesses for money in the game. Highly recommend owning one if you don't have one. And by pressing down on the D-pad, we can see the amount of money that's waiting in our safe. Every 48 minutes, which is every in-game day, we're gonna, oh, it just jumped up to 91,000. That's actually perfect timing right there. So every in-game day that passes by, you're gonna generate a certain amount of money playing the game, and the only thing you need to worry about is basically just keeping your popularity bar up. How you do that is going inside of the computer, and then you go into Resident DJ, and you could just keep on reassigning DJs. The first time it's gonna cost you $100,000, and then you're gonna get a little mission, but then after that it's only gonna be 10,000, and it definitely is really worth it to do it because you're gonna make a lot more money than you spend on reassigning these DJs. That's just one money method on how to do it, and it's important to know reassigning one of these DJs is gonna fill up your popularity bar by half. So half a bar for reassigning one DJ. I recommend doing this in the basement just because every time you do it in the upstairs, you're gonna teleport back to the dance floor. So doing it in the basement is just gonna be a lot faster for you. We did fill it up a certain amount. That's just one of the ways to get some more popularity. Now we're actually gonna go to our safe, press right on the D-pad, and actually collect the money. I believe there is a cap of $250,000, so you can't just wait forever and ever and ever. Once it reaches $250,000, it's gonna stop generating money. So every now and then you do actually want to come here and collect the money. I'm just gonna collect it at 91,000. It's not a big deal. Another way is to actually deliver VIPs. They're drunken VIPs that are gonna be laying somewhere in your nightclub, and they're gonna appear on the map as like a blue man icon. You just go up to them, and it is randomized. It's not gonna be like that every time. When you go into your nightclub, every now and then they're just gonna spawn, and that's another way you can gain popularity. Another way is kicking out troublemakers, and by kicking out troublemakers, you just go up to them, press right on the D-pad, and by doing both of these, not only do you gain popularity, you also get an extra like $10,000, which is another nice little payment to go along with this. Obviously, it's not gonna be like a crazy amount. You can see the VIP spooked bar on the bottom. You want to make sure you don't drive too fast. It's okay to fill it up a little bit, but just make sure it doesn't get too close to the end, because otherwise it's gonna fail the mission, and then the VIP is gonna be too spooked. You're not gonna get popularity, and you're not gonna get the extra little bonus at the end. As you can see, the bar is filling up, but we're about to reach his house, so it doesn't really matter. We're gonna drop him off at his very nice looking mansion, and there we go. We got just over $10,000 along with popularity increase inside of our nightclub. Just make sure every in-game day that passes by, you guys actually make sure the popularity bar is kept up. If you keep it all the way up, you're gonna be generating $50,000 every in-game day, which is a very good amount of money, especially for passive money making. It just feels like a nice little bonus whenever you go and collect it, and when it goes up, you're gonna get a notification on the left side of your screen. Then you just know when to go and collect it. You can collect it every few days, but just make sure the popularity is actually up so you get the most money every in-game day. Besides that, let's move on to the next money method after a lot of explaining on that one. The next one is the ultimate long form money method in this video. That's gonna take some setups to do and then the big heist at the end. We're talking about the Cayo Perico heist, which you can do solo. It's not the easiest to do it solo, but once you get the hang of it, you can do it over and over and over again. People have become absolute pros at it, and they could do it like effortlessly. They know exactly what to do. They know the best tactics and the best way to complete it as fast as possible. To do it, you actually need the Kosaka submarine, so it is actually a little pricey to get it started, but I mean, it's like the best paying heist in the game, so it is definitely pretty worth it in the long run. I'm gonna request my Kosaka, and with the Kosaka, it's kind of nice. You get a very quick helicopter along with it, which is called the Sparrow. You can also request it, and it's going to spawn right next to you through the interaction menu. If I'm not mistaken, this is the fastest helicopter in the game as well. It's very lightweight, and it doesn't have a whole lot of armor, but overall, it's a very convenient helicopter. I prefer it over like the Pegasus ones just because it spawns really quick right next to you, and I love it. It does have homing missiles, and what the frick, my Kosaka literally jumped like 100 feet in the air. Once you get close to your Kosaka with it, you can just go in the back, press right D-pad to go inside of it. All you need to do to get started is go in this big room with loads of buttons. Just go up to the touch screen, like the planning screen right here. You're gonna have a certain amount of setups you need to do, and then if we press RB or R1 on PlayStation, we can see the different preps we need to do. So doing a couple of preps, and then you have the heist ready, and you can really make millions from this heist. The payout is gonna vary depending on what type of stuff you get inside of the heist and how much you actually manage to collect, but ultimately it is something that you make millions from each of the heists. So a lot of people like to do it back to back to back, and that's basically considered like the best money method in this game, and the fact that you can do a solo makes it even better. So let's move on to another long-term money method. Another great money method is with the CEO office. So you will need a CEO office and then a CEO cargo warehouse. To buy the cargo warehouse, you go in the computer in the CEO office, and that's how you buy one. You have many different sizes you can buy. The people that go absolutely all out literally have a couple of large warehouses, which does cost millions for them, but it's kind of like an investment you have to do where you buy them for millions, but then you make more millions back. I don't do this money method as often as I should, so I just managed to buy myself a small one because that costs the cheapest. It really depends how much you want to grind it. This is what a small one looks like, and you do manage to store less cargo, so ultimately you're gonna make less money. Now the awesome thing is that this became semi-passive, so you could just go up to this nice lady called Lupe right here, press right D-pad on her, and then you can passively source the crates. she's gonna source anywhere from 1 to 3 crates. You just gotta get lucky and hope she actually gets you 3 crates, which is gonna get you the most money and it's gonna make it a little faster. It costs $7,500 to source passively with her, but you are gonna be making more money, so it's once again kind of like an investment for making more money later on. If you go in this laptop, you can track the amount of cargo you have. I don't have a lot of cargo. I have only 2 crates that are worth $22,000. The most cargo crates I can store in here is 16. As you can see, I have 2 out of 16 full right now, which is not a lot, meaning the maximum amount of cargo I can store in here is only up to a few $100,000, while in the large warehouse you can store up to a couple million in each one. You can sell them in invite only sessions or in a public session. I believe you get some sort of bonus for playing it risky and actually selling it in a public session, but it's really up to you. It really depends if there's griefers in that session or not. You just gotta get lucky, and this can be done completely passively. Once you get enough cargo, you just go and sell all the cargo. It's usually gonna be trucks you have to go and deliver, and for large warehouses and a lot of cargo, it's gonna be multiple trucks, so you can have friends in, and it would make the process a lot faster because each of you are just delivering each of the trucks. They would make the sell mission a lot easier, but it's something that you can do completely solo. It would just take longer since you have to go and deliver each truck and go back and forth a few times to actually do the whole sell mission. But after, you can make millions selling these CEO cargo crates. Highly recommend this method, even though it does take a long grind. My throat is so dry after making this video. I have to say, I definitely need to go drink some water. But anyway, really hope this video went on to help you out. Hopefully you did go on to find it informative. Subscribe if you are new so you never miss any more awesome videos like these, and turn that notification bell on as well. Now click the video on screen now for the best money grinding vehicles in GTA Online. I hope you all enjoyed that video, and peace.